So good evening and welcome back to Joe Martin Field. For the last time in the regular season, it's your Bellingham Bells here at home hosting the Edmonton Riverhawks to finish off their 54-game slate in the West Coast League's 2026 season. Of course, your Bellingham Bells do have a playoff spot locked up, but they can play spoiler today to the Edmonton Riverhawks, who sit one game out of a playoff spot, needing a win and at least one loss from either the Nanaimo Night Owls or Kelowna Falcons to get into the playoffs. The Riverhawks fell out of the playoffs in the 4-3 win for Bellingham last night, a 3-run sixth inning helping the Bells claim the series tie against Edmonton after the 5-4 win on Monday night. Last night, Bellingham starter Caleb Seabick was able to work around some traffic in the first two innings, but a 3-run homer by Mitchell Middlemiss in the third tagged him for the first home run allowed of the season and 3 straight runs to score for Edmonton early. Bells did respond with 1 run in the bottom of that inning. Noah Cassidy hit into a fielder's choice to drive in 1 run. That's when Jeffrey MacArthur entered in the fourth and went on to pitch the next 4 innings without allowing a run. MacArthur went on to strike out 4 batters and pick up his first win of the season in his home debut. That's because Bellingham got in front of the Riverhawks in the 6th inning after 3 batters recorded hits to begin the frame, and that chased Edmonton's starter out of the game. The first relief pitcher for the Riverhawks last night allowed back-to-back walks, one of them scoring a run. And then Edmonton had to make another pitching change as the bases were still loaded with no outs. The newest reliever threw a wild pitch, which allowed a run to score, and it was 4-3 following the 6th inning. That's all the Bells needed to take the win because MacArthur got the game into the 8th inning at that 4-3 scoreline. And Ben McKinnon took over in the 8th, struck out the side, all swinging strikeouts, and then picked up a 6-out save, working around his 1 walk in the 9th inning to even up the 3-game series against the Edmonton Riverhawks. So now the two teams are back here on this Wednesday evening to close out the series. And if you can see on your screen, it's a very smoky day in Bellingham. Not as much as the rest of the West Coast League's kind of dealing with right now. You had the Wenatchee Apple Sox and Victoria Harbor Cats cancel their last 2 games because Wenatchee's air quality really rough. Here in Bellingham, 107, which is considered unhealthy for sensitive groups on the AQI scale. When it goes above 150, that's when you get in danger of things having to be moved around, rescheduled. And it's rough because where we rest right now in Bellingham, it's kind of just a safe spot when it comes to the air quality. Best place to be right now would be on Vancouver Island. So Victoria and Nanaimo, surely a spot to maybe find some refuge should the smoke cause some rescheduling of games here in the West Coast League. But Bellingham along the coastline, sticking in a 107 right now. At the ballpark, it's a 94 in this exact location. But you even look around Whatcom County, up north in Linden, it's a 154 AQI. So that's the unhealthy one. Just the coastline helping out Bellingham stay in a little bit of clear air. Up in, towards Kamloops and Kelowna, though, really rough air quality out there. So a lot of the WCL teams in the North Division that are going to be dealing with hosting games, it's going to be very smoky, even out in Portland. Portland's got pretty bad air quality right now. Basically all the Pacific Northwest struggling unless you're right on the coastline, which is why Bellingham, Nanaimo, and Victoria are kind of some safe spots should anything be moved around. Edmonton as well, but Riverhawks got to get themselves into the playoffs right now. On the outside, looking in at a playoff spot. Last night's loss pushed them out of the playoff race. So entering this final day, you have the Nanaimo Night Owls and Kelowna Falcons tied at 29 and 24. They're the 2 teams in. The Edmonton Riverhawks at 28 and 25 are the teams on the outside looking in. And when it comes to tiebreakers, first tiebreaker, of course, is head-to-head record. Nanaimo and Edmonton have the head-to-head tiebreakers over Kelowna. The Falcons don't have a tiebreaker to their favor, so if Kelowna wants to get into the playoffs, they got to win tonight. Win tonight and they're in, basically. The Nanaimo Night Owls and Kelowna Falcons both control their own destiny. If it does come down to it, though, Nanaimo has the head-to-head over Kelowna, so if it's those two on the cusp, it'll be Nanaimo getting that spot. When it comes to Edmonton and Nanaimo, they're tied in their head-to-head matchups this year. So that sends you to the number 2 tiebreaker, which is the record versus the first half champs. So kind of an interesting tiebreaker. In that situation, the Riverhawks benefit from an extra series against Wenatchee this year, as they went 3-6 against the Apple Sox, whereas the Nanaimo Night Owls were 2-4. The next tiebreaker after that is run differential, where the Riverhawks also still hold a tiebreaker over the Nanaimo Night Owls. So basically, Edmonton has the tiebreaker over Kelowna and Nanaimo. Since they have both those tiebreakers, the Riverhawks need to win and need one of those two teams to lose because they will win whatever tiebreaker they are with either Kelowna or Nanaimo after tonight. So they need to take care of business here and also get some luck from maybe Port Angeles taking down Kelowna or Kamloops taking down Nanaimo. Last night it was a win for the Kamloops Northpaws over the Night Owls, 5-1. The Falcons beat the Lefties 5-0. So if that repeats tonight where one of those two teams lose and Edmonton wins, well, the Riverhawks would be in thanks to their tiebreakers. So lots to play for still tonight. And it all starts at 6:35 here in Bellingham. Let's look at your starting lineups. First for the visiting Edmonton Riverhawks. It's the same guys we've seen all series except for the man on the mound. And the leadoff spot for Edmonton, we see Jackson Fox coming out of Sacramento State at shortstop. Justin Heffler from the University of San Diego is in center. Cal State LA first baseman Omar Gonzalez bats third in the order, with the Niagara University catcher cleaning up, Jason Green. Mitchell Middlemas out of UBC is in right field batting fifth. Easton Andrews coming from University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff will DH in the sixth spot. The Trinidad State junior college left fielder Dylan Chop bats seventh, with Aiden Munoz at third from Simpson University. And then the University of San Diego's second baseman Devin Simonton finishes off the Riverhawks lineup. It's the Arkansas State pitcher on the mound, Cole Huebner, who will toss against the Bellingham Bells starting lineup. That is led off by the Stanford second baseman, Rashad Hayes. Bo Schinkel will bat second in the order out of Gonzaga. He gets a start in center field as the Texas A&M Corpus Christi right fielder tonight. Noah Cassie bats third. The Tulane first baseman Nate Johnson doing the cleaning up. Matt Churchill going to DH in the fifth spot out of Puget Sound. The University of Washington commit is in left. That's Dominic Keybon batting sixth, with Dylan Moss, the Stanford catcher, behind the plate in the seventh spot. The Cal Poly shortstop KG Hattori bats eighth. And then Tyler Peschke out of UCLA at third base, finishing off the lineup. It's the transfer portal pitcher Cole Anderson on the mound as the lefty will get the start over the Edmonton Riverhawks tonight. Teams on the field, both anthems about to take place. When we come back, it's our first pitch here live from Bellingham.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay ever strong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
So here we are in Bellingham for the final game of the 2026 West Coast League's regular season, and it's your Bells hosting the Edmonton Riverhawks for their final game of 3 to determine the 3-game series. Bellingham, not much to play for, already in the playoffs, already the number 2 seed. We know we're going to be hosting the opening round, but it's the Edmonton Riverhawks trying to fight their way into the postseason. Edmonton on the outside looking in at a playoff spot as they need the win tonight and a loss from one of the other 2 teams in the hunt. Bellingham started tonight. Cole Anderson will take the mound for his 5th appearance against a league opponent, as the uncommitted left-hander so far has tossed 7 innings against league opponents, posting a 6.43 ERA with a 2.29 whip. That's mainly because of the 13 walks he has allowed, as the left-hander will start today against the Edmonton Riverhawks. And doing the leading off is the man who's led off the whole series. Jackson Fox starts it off for the Riverhawks, and we're underway here on a Wednesday night in the West Coast League. First pitch of the ball game, a miss high and away for ball 1. Fox's 1 of 4 performance last night, tacked on to his 3-hit performance in game 1, so 4 hits in the series over 2 days so far. Now facing the lefty Cole Anderson, the right-handed batter, swings and shoots the pitch out to center field for Bo Schinkel, who will catch the first out in his glove to get us started. You can see all the haze that we have here in Bellingham. Good enough air quality to play the game, but still not a perfect day at the ballpark. Fires all over the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, Washington, even up in British Columbia, affecting the air quality all around the coast and across the Cascade Mountains as well. The Apple Sox and Harbor Cats had their last 2 games canceled, so Wenatchee's going to get almost like a bye heading into the playoffs, it feels like. They'll set to host the number 4 seed in the playoffs, which could be the Riverhawks. Riverhawks would be the 4 seed if they win tonight, and then one of the other 2 teams that are in also win, either Kelowna or Nanaimo. Riverhawks would only be the 3 seed if they won and both of the teams that are in right now, Kelowna and Nanaimo, both lost, because the Riverhawks had both of the tiebreakers over Kelowna and the Night Owls. 1 ball and 1 strike on that swing and miss. Heffler at the plate for the Riverhawks. University of San Diego center fielder here, batting with 1 down. Last night was 0 of 3 with a run scored after he was hit by a pitch. On Monday, he picked up 2 hits and drove in a run. 2 knocks in the series for this right-handed batter. 2 balls and 1 strike on him to start his first at-bat against Bellingham starter Cole Anderson. 2-1 from the lefty. Hit on the ground. Slow roller to KG Hattori, who's playing short tonight for Bellingham, and his rip across to first will retire the first 2 batters in the first inning for Cole Anderson. Omar Gonzalez will bat next for Edmonton with 2 down in the first frame. Anderson, this is his 3rd start of the year when facing league opponents, and He had that caveat because he did pitch twice against non-league opponents, picked up a win in 2 innings against Northwest Star and the Nighthawks, and then had 3 innings of work against Gunderson Baseball. His last 2 appearances, though, coming against league opponents. 2 innings pitched against Kelowna in a 10-0 victory for the Bells. Pitched in a 14-6 win for Bellingham with 2 innings of work. In the last time out for him facing the Berries, he gave up 6 runs. It was all 6 of the runs that Marion scored against the Bells in that contest, but luckily the offense was hot, putting up 14 runs. Offense was on fire during the Wenatchee and Marion road trips and even through the first couple games of the Victoria Series. Safe to say it's cooled off a little bit, but 4 runs on back-to-back nights, not too shabby for the pitcher-friendly ballpark that is Joe Martin Field. And Riverhawks know all about pitcher-friendly ballparks. They play in a AAA ballpark, which is large. It has that big old green monster out in center field. Ball and 2 strikes after that foul ball from Omar Gonzalez out of Cal State LA. The 85-mile-an-hour pitch to the right-handed batting first baseman Gonzalez has Cole Anderson ahead 1-2 with 2 outs in the first inning. The lefty's pitch dropped in on a curveball and good for strike 3. Frames it in there, and Gonzalez goes down looking for Anderson's first strikeout to cap a 1-2-3 first inning.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Back in Bellingham for the bottom of the first inning as the Edmonton Riverhawks here in the Ham for their 3rd game of 3. And we'll take a look at the starter for the visiting Hawks. Cole Hubner going to throw for number 10 in a Riverhawk uniform this summer. His 10th appearance of the summer coming here. Sporting an 0-3 record with a 5.81 ERA. Has eaten up 26 1/3 innings. Biggest thing for him, the walks. The whip above 2. The 18 walks to 19 strikeouts, not the ratio you'd dream of, but the right-hander has a chance to try and put Edmonton in a good chance to earn a playoff spot tonight. Riverhawks need a win and a little bit of help from the lefties or the Northpaws, as those 2 teams face Nanaimo and Kelowna, which are currently sitting in the playoffs, compared to the Riverhawks, who are on the outside looking in at a playoff spot. A lot can change, though, over this night, and that's why we play the game. Who wouldn't love some drama down to the very end? I love it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Rashad Hayes will lead things off for your Bellingham Bells here in our first inning. Rashad Hayes going to lead it off for your Bellingham Bells, as Hubner's first pitch of the bottom of the first is pulled low, and on 91 it misses to Hayes. Bellingham's second baseman today doing the leading off, as he's done throughout the series. Last night, 1 of 4 at the plate, 1 of 5 in game 1. So he's reached both games, but maybe would like to get on base a couple extra times as the leadoff man and draw some walks possibly. Ball and a strike after that swing from Hayes, as he plays in his 30th game as a Bellingham Bell. Hayes hits it on the ground, bouncing to the shortstop, Fox, and he'll retire Hayes in a routine play. Bo Schinkel is the next one up. Schinkel, the center fielder out of Gonzaga, batting in the 2 spot for your Bells. Hubner with his first out gain on the grounder, and first pitch strike in on Schinkel, who last night picked up 2 hits in a 2 of 3 night. That included a walk and a run scored. Schinkel was on base twice via 2 hits in game 1 as well. So he continues to swing a hot stick for Bellingham. 23 games and a .341 batting average, second best on the team, coming out of Gonzaga for the lefty swinger. Ball and a strike on him in the bottom of the first with 1 out. Looks at another high strike 2 on the 92-mile-an-hour heater coming from Hubner, the starter. So 1-2 on Schinkel. So he steps back into the left-handed batter's box, wearing those pinstripe uniforms tonight for Bellingham, the dark blue pinstripes with white numbers. Schinkel fouls away the 1-2 pitch. The Riverhawks in baby blue tops tonight with gray bottoms and a navy blue cap with a baby blue brim. Hubner ready to go after the 1-2. Schinkel not yet in the box. Now he gets in there, taps his bat on home plate, and twists it up into his hands and in his stance. There's another 1-2 pitch comes home to Schinkel. It is swung on and missed for strike 3. That's the second out. And it's the first strikeout for Hubner in the start, putting 2 down in the first. First pitch into Noah Cassie, ball 1. Get the 2-out at-bat started for the right fielder tonight. That one shot out to right field from Cassie, and it carrying well and getting out of here. Oh, Cassie tees off here with 2 outs in the first, and it's a 341-foot homer. 102 off the bat of Cassie, number 7 on the season, as he swats it out of here for the solo home run, and Bellingham is on the scoreboard first. How about that for a start? Noah Cassie tees off, and it's a 1-0 lead for your Bells. Nate Johnson here, fouling away the first pitch to get his at-bat started against the starter Hubner, who now allows the solo home run. One ball on 1 strike. Hubner missing low on that one to the first baseman Johnson, who fouls away the 1-1 to get down to the count. Ball and 2 strikes. Johnson up the middle, bouncing ball. Fox on a dive, can't get it, and it's another 2-out hit for Bellingham. Back-to-back knocks for the Bells to chug along in the first inning. So Matt Churchill batting, taking ball 1 from the starter for the Riverhawks. This is a high chopper to the third baseman, Munoz. Throw across the diamond will retire the Bells' side, but Noah Cassie tags the starter Hubner for a solo homer in the first, and it's 1-0 for Bellingham.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
So it's a 1-0 lead for the Bellingham Bells following the first inning home run from Noah Cassie on the solo shot. So the Bells trying to play spoiler against the Riverhawks and a step towards doing just that after taking the early lead here over Edmonton. And the starter Cole Anderson has himself established a 1-0 lead as he returns out for a second inning of work in the start. Edmonton trying to make it into the playoffs. Right now, the North Division featuring Nanaimo and Kelowna in, Edmonton out. When it comes to tiebreakers, there's 3 tiebreakers that matter. The first one is head-to-head. Second one is the record versus the first-half champ, Wenatchee. And then the third tiebreaker is the divisional run differential in your games against divisional opponents. Riverhawks have that number 3 tiebreaker over the Night Owls and also have the head-to-head over Kelowna. So Edmonton just needs a win tonight and a loss from one of those 2 teams to get in. That's because of the 1-game lead for both Kelowna and Nanaimo over Edmonton following the Riverhawks loss last night. So Edmonton on the outside looking in, and right now on the outside of a 1-0 scoreline as Jason Green will try and get the second inning started for the visiting team. Anderson dealing and swinging through. Strike 1 is Green, as the catcher from Niagara will lead things off in the inning for the Riverhawks. Green 1 for 3 last night with a walk and a run scored. Did strike out twice at the plate. And on this one, he hits it on the ground through the third base and shortstop gap as it travels on the ground into left field for a base hit. It's a leadoff single for the Riverhawks to get their tying run on base. So now the go-ahead run comes to the plate for the Riverhawks in the form of Mitchell Middlemiss, who last night hit a 3-run homer in the third inning for the Riverhawks to give them the early lead. Now with Edmonton trailing, it'll be his duty to try and flip the scoreboard back into the visiting favor. Middlemiss hit some good exit velos, having a 100-mile-an-hour grounder as well to go along with that big home run that he swatted. That pitch low into the catcher Dylan Moss picking it on the ground for ball 2. Two 2-0 start to the at-bat against Middlemiss with no outs. Runner at first. Foul ball from the Riverhawks right fielder is strike 1. Middlemiss still looking for his new home for his final collegiate year. Didn't play this past season. 4 years as a UBC Thunderbird. Most recently playing collegiate baseball in 2025. No team in 2026, but he's back in Edmonton. Still that remaining year he's trying to get and trying to prove himself with the Riverhawks. Last season hit .268 in 40 games with Edmonton. So far for Middlemiss on this summer, it's a .344 batting average for him. He bats as the go-ahead run in the top of the second with Edmonton trailing 1-0 and a runner at first, Green, after the single. This pitch into Middlemiss makes it a 3-2 count. This one on the ground. Hattori will underhand toss to Hayes at second. He goes to first for 2. It's a double play. 6-4-3, the Bells turn it. And the base is wiped clean in the top of the second for the Bellingham defense. Easton Andrews now up. He takes the first one inside for ball 1. So Anderson so far doing a good job limiting the traffic and having the help of his defense's double play there to wipe things clean in the second. So now 2 down in the top of the second inning. Andrews the DH at the plate for the Riverhawks and taking ball 2 low. Last night Andrews 1 for 4 with a single in his first plate appearance. On Monday, he was 0 of 3, was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Three straight misses so far from Anderson. He tries to find the strike zone. 3-0 misses low and inside for ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk to Andrews. Dylan Chop with 2 outs now will bat. The walk putting a runner at first for the Riverhawks. The 4-pitch walk issued from Andrews is his first of the game. Left-hander faces the left fielder Chop. That one bounced in the dirt before home plate for ball 1. One no. Swing and a miss as Chop goes chasing a low outside fastball. Anderson looking for a collegiate home as he tries to return to collegiate baseball. Only pitched 6 2/3 innings with South Mountain Community College during the 2023 season. Inside miss is ball 2 from him. Lefty deals around a mid-80s fastball. He's got eligibility, though, but I believe he has to go the JUCO route before he becomes eligible for any other step forward, possibly NAI eligible. This one, skied to right field for Noah Cassie. Just off the right side of your screen, he'll have the 3rd out. So no damage despite 2 base runners in the inning for the Riverhawks, and it's a 1-0 lead for Bellingham.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Mar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Bottom of the second inning in Bellingham as the Edmonton Riverhawks trail the Bellingham Bells. Must win for the Riverhawks if they want any hopes at a playoff spot. Noah Cassie solo homer in the first has the 1-0 lead for Bellingham, and now Romanick Kebon leads off the inning for the Bells. Batting here is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters come up against the starter Hubner. Kebon starts things off with strike one, looking to begin it. 89-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe for Hubner, who allowed 2 hits in the first, had 1 strikeout for the 1 run that Bellingham scored on the solo shot off of Noah Cassie's bat to the opposite field. 2 straight strikes dropped in on Kebon. Bottom 2 starts with a bouncing ball from Kebon to the right side. Second baseman Simon Tin, glove and a throw that's late. The speedy Kebon gets down to first base on an infield single. Just a little cue shot there from him to put the leadoff man on base. Dylan Moss, the next one up for Bellingham. First pitch swinging at the inside of Moss's bat for strike one. The catcher laid on the 90-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. So already 3 hits against the starter through the first 6 batters faced for Cole Hubner. Moss a ground ball to the third baseman Munoz. He goes to second where Simonton's at to get the first out, but the throw to first is not in time as Moss able to beat out the throw there, so it'll be a fielder's choice, putting Kebon out at second base on a 5-4 fielder's choice. So just 1 out as Bellingham avoids the potential double play. So Moss will be at first with KG Hattori up, the shortstop for tonight. Headed to Cal Poly out of Redondo Union High School. Bell's leader in batting average entering tonight. .342 he's hitting. Runner going on the first one. The throw down to Moss at second. Tag not applied from Fox as it was up the line. And it's a stolen base for Moss, which is his 7th of the year. So the catcher showing off some wheels there. Dynamic athlete. Got a great arm, some great speed, and looks like the opposing catcher, Jason Green, needs a new catching glove. Ahead of the at-bat, continuing against Hattori after the starter Hubner got strike one. (1-0) the Bellingham lead with a Noah Cassie solo homer. Now KG Hattori batting with a man in scoring position, Dylan Moss, after his steal of second following the reach on the fielder's choice. And there's 1 out for the shortstop. With the right-hander Hubner taking a glance back at Moss, he'll step back towards second base and allow Hubner to throw in ball 1 on Hattori. Here's the 1-1. Hattori slices it off foul. Fastball at 89 miles an hour from Hubner there. Hattori's late swing being strike 2. It gets out into the grandstands. Good crowd on hand for this Wednesday night matchup. Was supposed to have post-game fireworks, but with the Washington State burn ban in effect, they had to cancel those fireworks. So hopefully the spectacular way to end the season comes in the form of the baseball and not what lights up the night sky. Hattori in a 2-ball, 2-strike count here. Trying to add to his 27 RBI with a runner in scoring position. Moss walking off of second base with 1 out. Hubner's got 1 K so far. The 1-2 to Hattori. Hit on the ground and through the gap into left field. Moss will be stopped at third. As Chop, the left fielder, got to that little weak base hit by Hattori, but it's a base hit either way. Just escaped through the gap between Fox and Munoz. Fox was shifted over with the left-handed batter at the plate, so Fox was in charge of covering second base for a potential throwback from the pitcher, and that left that gap wide open for Hattori to shoot it the other way, going through and putting runners at first and third. Hattori has only 2 steals on the year for Bellingham. See if he tries and take off for the steal to get the double play out of order and maybe help Bellingham try and get another run added on. Peschke will try and do that. Just got to get it to the outfield with 1 out. That runner at third base and Dylan Moss. High chopper to Munoz at third. It bounces out of his hand and he'll have no throw. Run comes in to score. No official score on it just yet if it's a hit or an error. So Peschke will reach first, sending in the run, making it 2-0. Bellingham leading Edmonton early. They'll throw it on the scoreboard as the game's first error. It's back to the top of the order in Rashad Hayes, who at the plate takes strike 1. Runners at first and second with a 2-0 lead for the Bellingham Bells. Hayes grounded out to short in his first at-bat. He fouls this one away. Go 2 on Hayes with men at first and second. Only 1 down in the second for Bellingham's leadoff. Here's Hubner's 0-2 in the dirt. Bounces away, and both base runners will take 90 feet. So the wild pitch. Moving 2 into scoring position for Hayes. Try to add to his 18 RBI as a Bellingham Bell. The 1-2 to Hayes. In the dirt again. So the count draws even against Hayes. The lead already 2-0 for Bellingham. Edmonton needs to stop the bleeding early here. They need a win tonight to remain in playoff contention. The final game of the regular season here tonight in Bellingham, taking place on this Wednesday night. Both these teams playing game number 54 of their league schedules. The long season winding down to this August matchup. Bellingham season will continue after tonight as the number 2 seed in the opening round of the West Coast League playoffs. Edmonton trying to keep their season alive. Right now trailing 2-0. Bells with 2 runners in scoring position for Hayes. The 2-2 hit on the ground. Munoz gloves it. Third baseman will look back the runner. Now his throw, bang, bang at first. A little late on the throw from the baseball clock from Munoz, but he ends up getting Hayes down the first base line to put him away. Saves a run from scoring as well, keeping the ball in the infield. And Bo Schinkel will try and drive in some runs with 2 outs. Struck out swinging against Hubner in the first, the only strikeout for the Edmonton starter. The Gonzaga center fielder batting with 2 down. Hattori at third, Peschke at second. With 2 outs, it's wide. And ball 1. After the first one missed wide from Hubner, his pitch to the lefty batter is swung on and hit on the ground. Second baseman Simonton gloves it and will retire Schinkel. It's a 1-run second for Bellingham to double their lead heading into the third.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Into the third, it's a 2-0 lead for the home team as the Bells lead the Riverhawks. Bellingham trying to play spoiler against Edmonton, who's a playoff hopeful. Aidan Munoz will bat as the leadoff man for the Edmonton Riverhawks. It's Cole Anderson. So after the hit by pitch, reaching first base for Edmonton will be the leadoff man Munoz. He gets put on first following the hit by pitch allowed from Cole Anderson. Simonton, the second baseman, now next man up. Representing the tying run for Edmonton. Cole Anderson throwing back to first base where Munoz is at, keeping him honest. First pitch coming in to Simonton, low and away, ball one. Leadoff man aboard for another inning for the Riverhawks. Can they cash it in, though? Hit into a double play in the last frame. That pitch wide from Anderson, 2 straight, missing. Simonton batting for the first time tonight against the starter, Cole Anderson. 1 walk, 1 hit by a pitch. 1 hit allowed so far for Anderson in his start. 2-0 runner going. Moss's throw down on a sidearm is a good throw from where he received that ball. Was way wide on the pitch and just kind of had to rip it across. It was lucky that he even got it on target. That was great accuracy. Not in time, though, to try and get Munoz, who swipes second base to go in scoring position for the Riverhawks. The bottom of the order hitter. Riverhawks need to come back down 2-0. Plenty of time left, though. 3-0 count right now on the top of the third for the bottom of the order hitter. That's strike 1. Kelowna leading Port Angeles right now 4-0 early, top of the second. Nanaimo an early 1-0 lead over Kamloops. If those two teams both win, it doesn't matter what happens here tonight. Edmonton would be out. They need one of those two teams to lose. Runner taking off for third. Here's the throw to the bag, and late from Moss. It's back-to-back steals from Munoz, putting him at third. And also a walk issued to the bottom of the order hitter, Simonton. So maybe a good inning brewing here for the Riverhawks. All they can do is try and win and hope that the other results favor them. Right now with the go-ahead run coming to the plate, it looks like Jim Clem, the pitching coach, is going to have a mound visit here with Anderson as some of the control has waned into the third inning of work for him. Did not allow any runs in the first 2 frames, but it's looking like in the third, with a runner at third base and no outs, the Riverhawks might be inching toward their first run of the game. Cut down the 2-0 lead for Bellingham. Cole Anderson resting at 29 pitches right now, but back-to-back base runners on a hit by pitch and a walk to start the inning force the mound visit. Bells are getting their bullpen warmed up here if Anderson is out of this game potentially in the inning. As the Riverhawks have runners at first and third. Conversation still continuing on the mound despite Jim Clem heading back to the dugout, as Dylan Moss has some words for his starting pitcher, Cole Anderson. Coming up is going to be the top of the order, so not the ideal start to the third. You have the 8-9 hitters both reach. Getting onto the corners for Jackson Fox, who flew out to center in his first at-bat. This time will lay down a squeeze bunt. Anderson looks back the runner, and that one moves Simonton up into second base. So a bit of an interesting play there for the Riverhawks, giving a free out to Bellingham in the inning to get 2 into scoring position. So runners at second and third for Edmonton following the bunt. So Fox retired. Heffler now will try and drive in the runs. The tying runs in scoring position, as Moss had to stretch up there to keep that from being a wild pitch. Sacrifice bunt from Fox for the first out. Takes away the double play as well for the Bells infield. Pitch coming to Heffler. Thought about going. That is strike 1. Just dropped low from Anderson in the strike zone. Heffler taking the 1-1 inside for another called strike against him. Anderson goes with the 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Dotted inside of the right-handed batter. To make it 1-2 with 1 out. Second and third for the Riverhawks, who trail in the game 2-0. Foul ball from Heffler keeps him alive in the 1-2 count, as Anderson goes up to 89 miles an hour on that pitch. Fastest pitch that we have seen so far from the lefty out here in his start. One-two from the left-hander for Bellingham is in the dirt. Moss blocks it. 2-2 count on Heffler. Grounded out to short in his first at-bat. Trying to get the Riverhawks on the scoreboard. Two-two. Swing and a miss from Heffler. He chases outside on the heater. And it's strike 3. Anderson's second punch out. Nabs him 2 outs in the third, and now he's 1 out away from escaping the inning. That one wide to Omar Gonzalez, who now will try and get it done for the Riverhawks with 2 outs in the third. As Gonzalez struck out looking to finish off the first frame. First 2 batters reach for the Riverhawks. It'd be surprising if it's the top of the order that can't drive in the runs after the bottom 2 hitters reached. Fox laying down the sacrifice bunt. I mean, it was questionable to me with runners at first and third. and no outs, giving away a free out after you've seen that in this inning. It looks like you're going to have some success against the starter, and you give him a free out, get him a third of the way through the frame into stranding those 2 runners. Even though you got it in a scoring position, now you have yourself with 2 outs instead of just the 1 potentially, because you gave away a free one. Gonzalez taking a strike 1 called on the outside from Anderson to make it a 2-1 count. You still have those runners at third and second. Anderson just needs 1 more out to keep Edmonton scoreless, following the decision to bunt. And having Fox bunt as well, who so far in the series one of the hottest hitters. He's batting .301 on the year for Edmonton. As this is shot to center, Schinkel back, makes a leap, and has the catch in his glove for the 3rd out. So the base runners will be left on for Edmonton, and it's still 2-0 entering the bottom of the 3rd.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Back into the bottom of the 3rd as we return to Joe Martin Field on a Wednesday night, the final regular season game of the 2026 West Coast League Summer. And the man leading off did the damage in the first with an opposite field home run, clearing 340 feet the opposite way for Cassie on the solo homer. He'll start things off against Cole Hubner, the Edmonton starter. Cassie after the pitch high and inside, getting his first ball against Hubner, who enters the 3rd with 4 hits allowed for 2 runs. Although the run in the 2nd inning did score against him on the result of an error from Peschke, the run would have scored either way with only 1 out. The third baseman Munoz was not throwing home, or it didn't look like that was his intention on the play. That allowed Peschke to reach, and Moss from 3rd was already charging home with the ground ball. So as a scorer with less than 2 outs when an error occurs, players can actually be tagged for earned runs if the runner would have scored either way on the error. So it's an earned run and an RBI for Peschke. Cassie in a 2-1 count. Foul ball from Cassie, so it's 2-2. 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Hubner, the Riverhawks starter. Finds himself down 2-0 as we enter the bottom of the 3rd. Foul ball from Cassie to stay alive in the 2-2. 1 strikeout for Hubner so far in his start. Tries to put away the leadoff man in the third for Bellingham. The Riverhawks trying to keep this game at a 2-0 difference. Cassie goes down looking. Thought about swinging, pulled it back. Didn't matter. In the strike zone for strike 3. The second strikeout for Hubner, and it starts off the third. Now Nate Johnson will bat with 1 out. Bouncing ball to the right side, in play from Johnson, and on 1 pitch, Bellingham's first baseman will be retired by his counterpart there, Gonzalez, to put 2 outs on for Matt Churchill. Churchill taking the first one for strike 1 as Hubner looks to work through this inning efficiently after allowing 2 or more base runners in each frame so far in his start. Inside miss to tonight's designated hitter, Churchill, who grounded to third in his first at-bat. This one hit just over the leaping shortstop Fox and in to left field as Churchill picks up his first knock to extend the third with 2 outs on a left field single, number 5 in the game. So Keybon will bat after leading off the second with a single. Churchill going on this pitch, sliding into second base, tag applied late, and a swipe of second from Churchill. It's just his second steal of the year. Got a great jump off of first base and moves into scoring position for Dominic Keybon. One and one in on Keybon is ball 2. Two and one hit on the ground the opposite way from Keybon. Long play for Fox, and he boots it out of the glove, so he won't even have a chance to throw out the runner. As the Riverhawks shortstop commits the second error of the night for Edmonton, and runners are on the corners on the E6. Dylan Moss will try and drive him in. 2 outs, first and third. Moss reached on a fielder's choice, beating out a double play ball in his first at-bat. Things get scary here for Edmonton if the score gets out of hand. Down already 2-0. Edmonton needing to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive tonight in the final game of the regular season. Hubner dealing to Moss. First pitch swinging on the inside, strike 1. Off the inside of Moss's bat, weak bouncing ball to the infield. Fox has this one cleanly and his throw on a dot for the third out. 2 men left on base for Bellingham, and the lead stays at 2 as we head into the fourth.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. New inning, new pitcher for Bellingham as the starter Cole Anderson will be finished, and we will get our first look at the debuting Connor Moffitt. Late addition here to the roster. Bells needed some pitching depth, and Moffitt here to provide it. A Olympic college commit coming out of Mount Spokane High School. Two-way player getting the fourth inning in relief for the Bells. This will be his first ever appearance as a Bell, so excited to see how he can settle the nerves and try and hold on to the 2-0 lead that the Bells hold entering the fourth. Following 3 innings from the starter, Cole Anderson, who struck out 2, walked 2, allowed 1 hit by a pitch and 1 hit, but no runs despite all those base runners. And 2-0 the lead for the relief pitcher Moffitt. Green will lead it off as the catcher reached on the hit in the second when he let off that frame. Still the only hit for Edmonton in the game tonight. Moffitt's first pitch coming here as a Bellingham Bell, and it is dealt in there for a high ball 1. Moffitt coming out of Mount Spokane High School here in Washington State on the eastern side. Number 44 prospect in Washington for the 2026 class, rated by Baseball Northwest. There's a swing and a miss for strike 1. 86 miles an hour high, as it's now a different look for the Riverhawks, coming from the right side. About the same velocity, it seems, from that we saw with Cole Anderson, although Anderson did touch some of his faster stuff today, throwing 89 a couple of times. That breaking pitch into Jason Green for strike 2. One and two from the right-hander. Breaking pitch. Hit foul. Green stays alive in the 1-2 count. Ball and 2 strikes on Edmonton's leadoff guy here in the fourth. The 1-2 from Moffitt. Swung on and missed. And Moffitt has a strikeout against his first batter faced as a Bellingham Bell. Sitting down Green via the K to begin the fourth. He brings up Mitchell Minimus, the home run man from last night. Hit into a double play, though, in his first at-bat in the second. As the returning Riverhawk will bat with 1 out in the fourth. Swing and a miss from Middle Miss to get down 0-1. Middle Miss played for Nanaimo in 2024, so his third summer in the WCL. 2026 is just the 5th season of the Riverhawks as a team. Started in 2022, and after being founded in 2020, missed the first 2 years due to COVID. Oh, up and in at middle miss for ball one. 2024 made the playoffs for the Riverhawks. First time making the postseason. Fell to the Bellingham Bells in the opening round across 3 games. Last year beat Victoria in the opening round, but then lost to the Bells in the North Divisional Championship after being 34-20 last season. Two balls in. 2 strikes on middle miss. The pitch from Moffitt. Just touched foul slightly to keep middle miss alive. Moffitt already a strikeout to his name against the first batter he faced. This one hit up the middle from middle miss and through the gap for a single with 1 down. As he gets his first hit, just the second for the Riverhawks on the night. And tying run will come to the plate in Easton Andrews with Edmonton trailing by 2. Riverhawks were able to become a team in 2020, beating out the Edmonton Prospects of the Western Canadian Baseball League for a lease of Remax Field. Secured 10 years there in the AAA ballpark. The Prospects had been using the stadium since 2012, but the Riverhawks came in. They upgraded the park with new turf, a new scoreboard, new lighting. Just adds on to the history of Remax Field, which used to be known as John Ducey Park, formerly Renfrew Park. It was most famously known as Talus Field, back when it was used as a AAA ballpark. The Edmonton Trappers used to play up at what is now Remax Field in 1981 under the Chicago White Sox organization. 81 and 82 under the White Sox, and then the California Angels for a long tenure, 83 to 1992. Then in 1993, the Trappers were an affiliate of the Florida Marlins for the 93 and 94. Oakland Athletics had a brief stint as well from 95 to 98. And the Angels returned in 99 and 2000 as this one gets the backstop and middle miss will take second on the wild pitch. The Minnesota Twins were the affiliate up in Edmonton in 01 and 02, and then the final team to have the Trappers under their umbrella is the Montreal Expos, 03 and 04. It's a community that was hungry for baseball before the Riverhawks came back, and it's a pretty high level of baseball to be up there in Edmonton, providing elite summer collegiate baseball. And the Riverhawks have been a championship caliber team over the last 3 seasons. It's just a matter of trying to get to their first WCL championship, and right now on the outside looking in at a playoff spot. They're still building their history as well. No big leaguer alumni, although they did have 2 players selected in the 2026 MLB draft. Kenneth Ward was selected in the 9th round of the Detroit Tigers. He played for the Riverhawks in 2023. Micaiah Negrete played in 2022. He was drafted in the 10th round of the Colorado Rockies. The first ever Riverhawk drafted was Ivan Brethrow in the 7th round of the Cubs a few years ago. We'll see which Riverhawk makes it to the big leagues first. 1 out after Moffitt allows the base runner to reach on the walk. So a single and a walk allowed in his debut inning, and against Dylan Chop, he gets ahead 0-1 on the strike. That breaking pitch bouncing away from Moss, but not far enough to advance the base runners. Chop thought about going, but he actually did go around on the 0-2. So they say the check swing will be a strike on Chop. And with 1 out, Moffitt looks to get back on track after allowing 2 base runners. 0-2 to Chop. He chops it foul. Right now in the WCL, Riverhawks have their eyes on the Kelowna Falcons and Port Angeles Lefties game and the Nanaimo Night Owls and Kamloops Northpaws game. Unfortunate news for the Riverhawks. Falcons are leading 9-0 over Port Angeles in the top of the third. Nanaimo's leading 6-0 over Kamloops in the top of the fourth, and Edmonton finds themselves down 2-0. 0-2 on Chop. That breaker just missed from Moffitt. Ball one high. Down south, we already know the matchups between the South Division teams. The Corvallis Knights won the second half of the season last night, claiming the 2 seed, meaning that the Knights will play the Walla Walla Sweets. This is popped up from Chop to the infield. Infield fly rule in effect for Rashad Hayes to have the putout. Runners will remain at first and second. Ridgefield right now up 5-1 over Corvallis in the top of the third. The Raptors are in the playoffs. They'll play the Portland Pickles in the opening round, who right now trail Yakima Valley 1-0. Marion Barry is leading 5-0 over the Walla Walla Sweets. Canceled games. Springfield had to cancel their game against Bend, ending their season, as well as the Elks. A couple of disappointing seasons for them. The Harbor Cats and Apple Sox in the North Division canceled their game, of course, scheduled out in Wenatchee with all the smoke. Even here in Bellingham, a bit hazy as the AQI is above 100. This chopper is onto the right side for Nate Johnson. Hustle to the bag from the first baseman to beat out Aiden Munoz there. It's a scoreless fourth tossed by Connor Moffitt in his first inning as a Bellingham Bell. It's a 2-0 lead for Bellingham.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with Local Industrial Credit Union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Bottom of the fourth inning, the lead still 2-0 for your home Bellingham Bells, hosting the Edmonton Riverhawks here in the final game of the regular season for these two teams. If the results hold as they stand right now in the WCL, it would be the Bellingham Bells playing the Nanaimo Night Owls here at home, and that's because the Nanaimo and Kelowna would be tied, and the Night Owls have the head-to-head tiebreaker over the Falcons, meaning that the Night Owls would be the 3 seed and pushing the Falcons to the 4 seed. Falcons would play Wenatchee, whereas the Night Owls would see your Bellingham Bells. Hattori swinging at the first pitch and swatting it out to right. Middle miss on the run. We'll have it for the first out in the bottom of the fourth. Tyler Peschke now up for Bellingham with 1 out. First pitch swinging and golfs it high. Playable for the infielder Gonzalez, and foul ground just off the right side of your screen, making the catch for back-to-back outs gained on just 2 pitches. So as it stands right now, looks like Bellingham possibly headed out to Nanaimo on August 7th, a Friday matchup to take on the Night Owls on the road. And then they would be hosting Nanaimo for games 2 and 3, if necessary, game 3. It would be 6:35, or it is 6:35 scheduled on for Saturday night here in Bellingham for the Game 2 of the opening round, and then Game 3, if necessary, will take place at 1:35 on a Sunday matchup, which will turn it into a day game here in Bellingham. Just feels wrong to play a playoff game on a Sunday in the daytime. Playoff games just have to have night atmosphere, I feel like, but maybe it'll be interesting. Maybe we won't even get there. Either team could get a sweep as Rashad Hayes hits this grounded to short. Fox puts away a really efficient fourth for the starter Hubner to send us into the fifth. 2-0 still, Bells in front.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Into the fifth, still 2-0, your Bellingham lead over the Riverhawks in the final game of the regular season. Right now, this three-game set split between Bellingham and Edmonton, a game apiece. Bells had a 4-3 win last night, and then the 5-4 win for the Riverhawks on Monday. Bring us into this Wednesday night matchup to close out the regular season. What a fun season it's been here, getting the broadcast on the YouTube channel, having new players come into Bellingham. Awesome fan support all throughout the season. We thank you all for being with us both at the park and digitally. Zen Hill here bringing you play-by-play commentary for my fourth year with the team, and obviously one of my favorite years. Just getting on YouTube, I feel like it's been a better experience for all the viewers, and that's what I want to provide for everyone, just accessible ways to watch the game, and I feel like on YouTube we've done that. You can also watch us on WCL Live, but just feels like a better way to watch a baseball game that with the setup we've got now, and hopefully everyone's enjoying it. Right now the Bells are enjoying a 2-0 lead over the Riverhawks. 1-1 count on Devin Simonton, who leads off the fifth. This one hit foul, right side, foul territory. Johnson running, slides, and he has the catch. Oh, man, I wish you saw that. That was an awesome play. Simonton put out on a foul ball catch from Nate Johnson, sliding to get the out. Baby steps towards getting a good broadcast. Maybe one day we'll have a man behind our high home camera, making sure you get all the angles. Could have seen that Nate Johnson catch. But either way, just imagine an amazing sliding grab from Nate Johnson. Whatever that is in your head, it just happened. It looked pretty cool. So Moffitt has his first out in the fifth, and Jackson Fox swings through the first one. He laid down a sac bunt in the third. Runners at first and third. Felt like a potential big inning with no outs for the Riverhawks, but the next three outs gained from Cole Anderson to keep Edmonton off the scoreboard. The score right now, 2-0 Bellingham as we enter the fifth. And Fox down 0-2. This one foul again. Johnson, the first baseman, looking for it, but gets out of play, so remains 0-2. This 0-2 from Fox is lifted out to right field for Noah Cassie, just trotting to his left off the right side of your screen for the second out. This shot out to left center out the bat of Justin Heffler and dropping just in front of Bo Schinkel for a 2-out knock to Edmonton. Their third of the game. Heffler's first, and a base runner on for the Riverhawks, who try and get their first run across tonight. Gonzalez will step to the plate as a tying run. Pickoff throw from Connor Moffitt over to first base. Moffitt trying to get 2 scoreless frames in relief. Inside strike 1. That one in the dirt against Gonzalez, ball 1. So far, 2 hits and a walk against Moffitt in his debut appearance as a Bell. Second inning pitched, he's got 1 strikeout, 2 outs in the inning. One ball and a strike home with 2 down. A miss high to Gonzalez from Moffitt at 84. This fouled off the right side of the bat of Gonzalez, makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Two out to left. Keybon hustling to his right, but it's going to drop. Runner trying to take third now as the throw is lofted in, cut off by Hattori. And that'll be a base knock. So Gonzalez gets the single for the Riverhawks. Jason Green will bat as the go-ahead run with 2 outs in the inning. Pair of singles putting runners at first and third for Edmonton. Green 1 of 2 in the game. Edmonton 90 feet from their first run. As Connor Moffitt, the pitcher, tries to toss a scoreless 5th inning after debuting with a scoreless 4th, working around 2 base runners. Got to do it again. Green swinging at the first pitch, hitting it high out to right. Cassie running into the corner, looking up at the wall, and right up against it, makes the catch. Cassie putting away the deep fly ball that nearly left the yard. It was 99 off the bat, but a little bit too under it from Green. 42 degrees on the launch, and 2 are stranded. We're halfway home, 2-0 the Bellingham lead.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Halfway through this ball game tonight, the dinger run taking place here in Bellingham. Midway through the 5th inning, kids get to, well, not just kids, parents, kids, anyone who really wants to do it gets to run across the field. It's mainly kids that end up doing it. But there's some adults out there, whether they're accompanying their kids or some younger people just having a blast here at the ballpark. Right now, Bellingham fans, it's something to cheer for, a 2-0 lead. Although the win won't matter in the grand scheme of things, Bellingham already has the number 2 seed locked up in the playoffs, and if Bellingham was to advance to the championship game, they already are in line to host that if they get there, holding a better record than any of the South Division teams. But just trying to play spoiler and knock out the Riverhawks, although it might not even matter because so far in tonight's contest, it looks like Nanaimo and Kelowna are going to take care of business. It's still early, but a 13-0 lead right now for Kelowna over Port Angeles in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a long way to come back for the lefties to help out the Riverhawks. And then Nanaimo, 7-0 lead over Kamloops. Maybe a little bit more doable, bottom of the 4th out there. But it doesn't matter if the Riverhawks don't win it tonight anyways. And right now down 2-0. Bo Schinkel at the plate, taking the first pitch for strike 1. Schinkel in the game tonight for Bellingham. 0 of 2, strikeout and a ground out. The starter Cole Hubner still out there for the Riverhawks with 5 hits allowed, 2 earned runs against him. Has not issued a free pass and has 2 strikeouts. After the miss to Schinkel, it's 1-1. Schinkel played in the Northwoods Leagues in 2025 and represented the Badlands Big Sticks, where he hit .290 that summer. It's a fly ball to left field for Chop, moving to his right. 10 feet away from the foul line, making the grab for the first out in the bottom of the 5th inning. Noah Cassie launched a solo homer in the first, struck out looking in his second at-bat. The right fielder in tonight's game just made a catch up against the wall to retire the Edmonton side of the 5th inning, leaving 2 runners on base as the Riverhawks continue to leave runners on tonight. Now Cassie working on 7 home runs this season. It's the first pitch right back to Hubner. The pitcher with an underhand toss will retire Cassie. So that brings up Nate Johnson with 2 outs. The first baseman's 1 of 2. Single in the first and a ground out to first base back in the 3rd. He'll bat in the 5th. Actually came out of Westlake High School as a shortstop, number 24 in the 2024 class. The 6'5" frame has moved him to third base and first base, representing Tulane for the last 2 seasons, playing Division I baseball. One and 0 as he hits it foul. Johnson 1-1. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Hubner still dealing the heat into his 5th inning of the start. Cole Hubner down 2-0 though on the scoreboard as he's just waiting for the offense to come back around. He's kept things manageable throwing the last 2 innings scoreless. That miss, an outside one, 2-1. Johnson's brother, Jack, a teammate of him at Tulane, celebrated his birthday recently. His other brother, Nolan, plays at Duke, and his father, Kevin, played for the Montreal Expos single-A team. As that foul tip from Johnson is strike 2. And the athletic Johnson family. Nate Johnson with 2 more years left, headed into a junior season with Tulane. 2-2 pitch coming home to him, and it is dropped in there for ball 3 as it was high. Catcher Green was ready to start the strikeout celebration on the infield, but they did not get the call from the home plate umpire, so it is a full count on Johnson with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Hubner dealing home the payoff pitch to the lefty batter. It's inside, called for strike 3 as Johnson looks at the fastball, and that'll finish a scoreless 5th for each side.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Connor Moffitt back out for the 6th with Bellingham in his debut. Looking for a 3rd inning of relief. 2 scoreless innings despite 2 base runners in the 4th and 5th against him. 3 hits and a walk allowed across those 2. 1 strikeout to Moffitt's name. And the 2-0 lead carried in for Bellingham into the 6th. Leadoff man is Middlemiss, the right fielder. Reached on a single his last time up. Swings at the first pitch and hops it into left field for a leadoff knock to start off the 6th frame. As the Riverhawks have now matched the Bells in hits with 5 each. And Easton Andrews will draw the next at bat for the Riverhawks. An all-star this year for Edmonton. So far, a pair of walks in the game for him. Just 1 hit in the series for Andrews, the designated hitter. Breaking pitch from Moffitt is called for strike 1. That one a miss as Moffitt goes to the same pitch but misses it wide. So it'll be 0-1 on Andrews, the DH. Walked against the starter Anderson and Moffitt earlier in the 4th. Here's a 1-1. Low and inside. 2-1. This a high bouncing ball over the pitcher. Hayes at second will only have a play for 1, and he does get it across to first for the inning's first out. Middlemiss moving up to second on the play. As the sun sets here in Bellingham, it continues to look like a Wes Anderson film here in Bellingham with all the haze making it orange. As in the 6th with 1 out, Dylan Chop takes the first one low for ball 1. Air quality in Bellingham today currently resting at a 97. It's dropped a little bit. This is a high fly ball to right center. Schenkel will call off Cassie, make the play in his left hand, and then throw into third, where the runner Middlemiss tags up to take 90 feet on the fly ball, which is the second out. Munoz at the plate, hitting foul ball in the first one into him with 2 outs in the 6th. Runner at third, the potential first run of the game for Edmonton with Middlemiss there after his leadoff single. One on one, Munoz taking the fastball that's called for ball 2. A narrow, tight miss up and into the lefty bat for Edmonton as the third baseman's looking for his first hit. If he can get it, it'll be the first run of the game for Edmonton. 2-1. Foul ball, Munoz underneath, strike 2. Two. Munoz late on another swing, stays even. Bottom of the order hitter, Simonton is the on-deck man for Edmonton, should the 6th continue, and if it does, Edmonton in good position to try and get their first run of the game with Middlemiss at third. Two. Inside strike 3 called. Moffitt has 3 relief innings of scoreless baseball in his Bells debut, and it's a 2-0 lead for Bellingham.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. Bottom 6, Matt Churchill to do the leading off for the home side. Bells on a 2-0 lead over the Riverhawks. And the starter remaining out there for Edmonton. So far, a good start for him. Just 2 earned runs against him through 5, 66 pitches. He comes out for the bottom of the 6th. Churchill will lead it off. Pitch high for ball one to Churchill, who singled and stole a base in the third, but was left on base. High and inside on that miss. 2-0 to start the sixth for Churchill and the Bells offense. Off the inside of Churchill's bat. It'll be the third baseman Munoz. Across to Gonzalez at first for the bottom of the sixth inning's first out.
Next up for your Bells, number 1, Dominic Keebon.
Keebon now up, 1 of 2 tonight. As the left fielder takes the first pitch high for a miss. Huber's 2-0. Keebon lines it up the middle for a base knock, his second of the night. Sixth by Bellingham, and with 1 out, the Bells gain a base runner in the sixth after a bit of a strong stretch from Hubner. He had retired the last 8 straight before that knock from Keebon to put him at first, and looks like the Riverhawks are going to pull the plug on their starter after that. So a quality 5 1/3 for Hubner, but a 2-0 deficit as the starter exits, and Edmonton will go to their bullpen for the first time tonight.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, and about a third of the way through it as the Riverhawks will go to their bullpen with 1 out and a runner at first following the Keebon single. Bryce Intagliata takes over out of Utah Tech. The left-hander will throw against the right-handed hitting Dylan Moss as the first pitching change made for the Riverhawks, down 2-0 in this Wednesday night matchup, the final matchup of the regular season. And here's a first pitch grounder that is going to be a double play. Moss hits into it, and the Riverhawks end the sixth, still down 2-0 into the seventh.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store, where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Bells are into their bullpen once again in the 7th as Cal Young, the left-hander, takes over. Wearing a New Jersey number, he's sporting the 44. Usually the number is 17 for him, but he'll wear the number 44 for his 7th inning of work in relief of Connor Moffitt, who goes 3 innings following the 3-inning start from Anderson to get us through 6th. Moffitt struck out 2 and walked 1, allowing 5 hits but no runs against him. Or 4 hits, excuse me, with no runs against him. As Cal Young will take over, looking to improve on his 7.04 ERA that he holds so far in 13 innings of work. 15 and a third innings pitched for this left-hander, returning to the Bellingham Bells for another summer here. And ahead of his commitment to the University of British Columbia, Young taking over in the 7th. 2-0 the lead for him. 9-1 and 2 hitters will face the left-hander. The first one is fouled off for strike 1. Simonton doing the leading off with a walk and a pop-up to the infield his first 2 times. One and one coming in here on Simonton. He slings through Young's second strike. In a Bell's uniform this summer, 15 punch-outs for Young. Last year struck out 35. That is as a Bellingham Bell, of course. 1 and 2. Swing and a miss, and Young starts off the 7th inning with a strikeout of Simonton. It's the 5th strikeout by the Bells staff and first out in the 7th inning for the new arm. Young utilizing the medical redshirt season this past year with the University of Portland. 2 seasons with the Pilots. Heading into his year with UBC with 2 years left of eligibility. Following a freshman season in 2024 with Everett Community College. 25 and 26 both spent with Portland. 27 will be with UBC and the Thunderbirds up north as Cal Young will return to Canada to play baseball after growing up being a part of the UBC Thunder in the British Columbia Premier Baseball League, winning the Province Championship in 2023. Fox swinging through the 0-2. Young off to a good start in the 7th so far. No balls and 2 strikes after the strikeout from Young, facing the leadoff man Fox. Here's the pitch. Taken for a fastball outside and ball 1. Well, 1-2, and Fox hits it foul. Young was tagged for a run in an inning of relief against the Victoria Harbor Cats. Didn't grab more than One out, though, in that inning he pitched in and had to be relieved during the ninth. Bellingham went on to win the game 7-2. 1-2 miss inside from Young. Even count on Fox. Young did have a scoreless outing against Wenatchee and Kelowna before the one run scored against him in Victoria. Had worked on his last 3 appearances scoreless out the pen. Now here's a 2-2. High and full count. Full count. Here's Young's pitch. It misses high for a 1-out walk. Had him on 2 strikes and issues the free pass. So his first base runner will be Fox in the 7th. And Heffler up after getting a hit in his last plate appearance. Heffler 1 of 3 tonight, batting as the tying run. Young has surrendered 3 home runs this year. 1-out pitch, a roped foul. Big swing, 100 miles an hour off the bat of Heffler. This summer he's got just 1 long bomb for the Riverhawks, a .267 batting average across his 12 games he's played in. Only 5 RBI on his 12 hits as well. Jackson Fox at first base after his walk. That one just flared to center. Schinkel moving to his left will make a running catch for the 2nd out. 2 down in the 7th for Cal Young and the Bellingham Bells. Omar Gonzalez does have some pop behind his swing. 2 homers in 28 games as a Riverhawk. Just 13 RBI on his 24 knocks. He's 1 of 3 tonight. Batting as the tying run in the 7th for Edmonton. Foul ball from Gonzalez for strike 1. The 0-1 called for a strike low against Gonzalez. Riverhawks need some offensive spark here if they want to have any hopes at a playoff spot. The other 2 results out in Port Angeles and Nanaimo not in line to favor the Riverhawks, but anything can happen. There's a swing and a miss from Gonzalez, and Cal Young shuts down Edmonton in the 7th. 2 punch-outs in a scoreless inning, carrying a 2-0 lead for his Bells into the stretch.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay Everstrong, and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. Bottom of the 7th inning around the WCL. Here's your score updates, the 2 that matter to the Riverhawks fans. 13-0 lead for Kelowna over Port Angeles in the bottom of the 5th. There is some life by Kamloops. Bottom 5, the North Paws have cut it to a 3-run difference. The Night Owls, though, in front 8-5. Kamloops, though, does have the tying run at the plate right now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Things could get interesting out in Nanaimo. Night Owls and Falcons control their own destiny, whereas the Riverhawks just want to win to see if one of those teams can lose and get Edmonton into the playoffs. But right now the Riverhawks down 2-0. Trying to keep them there, trying to keep the score there at least, is the left-hander Intagliata, who took over for an inning-ending double play in these 6 with the one base runner inherited, finishing off Huebner's 5 1/3 with 2 runs against him on 6 hits and 3 strikeouts. No walks from Huebner, as the left-hander throws against Keiji Hattori to start the bottom of the 7th. Behind in the count 3-0. Hattori's 1 of 2 tonight. Other West Coast League scores in the South Division: Ridgefield leading Corvallis 7-2. Marion leading Walla Walla 5-0. And it's a bummer. I kind of wanted to see Walla Walla win and then Corvallis lose, because you would have the Sweets as the top team in the South Division be the number 3 seed in the playoffs, because Walla Walla and Corvallis are tied at a 31-22 record. They actually both might lose, so it will be Walla Walla tied for the best record in the South. Yet they won't have the number 1 seed. And actually, if Ridgefield wins, it's going to be a 3-way tie for that best seed. But I did want to see Walla Walla have the number 1 overall seed by themselves and have them be the 3 seed. It's just funny because the way the WCL works, it's first half, second half champs. And it just so happened that Ridgefield, who had a really good first half, didn't have as good of a second half. And then Corvallis, who had a bad first half, had a really good second half. Whereas, those 2 first and second half winners earned the 1 and 2 seeds. Meanwhile, Walla Walla, who's kind of been consistently good throughout the year, but not good enough to win either half, could have ended up as the number 1 overall seed and number 1 overall team in the standings, but not been a top seed. It's just kind of interesting. Peshke lays down the bunt. It'll be put away on a sacrifice, and Tagliata's underhand toss will nab the first out in the bottom of the 7th, and Hattori moves into scoring position. It's Corvallis, Walla Walla, Ridgefield, and Portland in the postseason, with Corvallis and Ridgefield the top 2 seeds. Ridgefield playing Portland, the 4 seed, as the Raptors are the 1, and then Corvallis will play Walla Walla. Wenatchee and Bellingham locked up, but that three-team race for the final spot still up in the air tonight. Lock can change over the next hour or so out here in Bellingham or even out in Nanaimo, where the Night Owls are trying to play their way in. Top of the order, Rashad Hayes up tonight, 0 of 3. 3 straight groundouts in trips to the plate for Hayes. Swing and a miss. So the first pitch was a ball, and recorded 5 straight balls from Intagliata. If you don't count the sacrifice bunt into Peshke, he walked Hattori on 4 pitches. Now facing this batter, Rashad Hayes. Runner at second in a 1-1 count. A high and away miss. Nanaimo right now 8-5 lead over the North Paws. They've got the bases loaded, though, in the bottom of the 5th. This would be a big chance for the Night Owls to establish a big lead fighting for their playoff spot. Two balls and 2 strikes on Hayes. The 1-out pitch to him off the inside of his bat, flaring into left center, dropping down for a base knock. Hattori scampering up to third on the bloop single from Hayes. It's Bellingham's 7th hit of the night, and runners on the corners with 1 out for Bo Schinkel. Schinkel trying to snap his 0 of 3 skid at the plate tonight after picking up a pair of hits last night. And mound visit coming for the Riverhawks. The runners at first and third. Every run really crucial here for Edmonton, down by 2. Oh, my goodness. Out in Nanaimo, there was just a fly ball hit into center that went off the North Paws center fielder's glove I thought it was potentially going to be a grand slam. Northpaw's failing to put away that first out. Would have scored run either way with no outs in the bottom of the 5th, but what a tough break for the Edmonton fans hoping to keep that Northpaw's game close. The center fielder did a good job tracking it, but just couldn't make the catch. Night Owls scored 2 more runs, so now Nanaimo leading 10-5 at home. No outs in the 5th. They got runners at 2nd and 3rd with a 5-run lead over Kamloops. Lots got to go a good way from here on out for the Edmonton Riverhawks fans. Most important one, though, is taking the lead here. Bottom of the 7th, and runners on 1st and 3rd for Bo Schenkel. Going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup for Intagliata. Strike one called low on Schenkel to begin the at-bat following the mound visit. Foul tip from Schenkel puts him down 0-2, and Tagliata in a good spot here. He needs an out via strikeout or potential ground ball play that could end it. And he forced the inning-ending double play in the 6th. That here against Schenkel would get him out of the frame, still scoreless. Bells haven't scored since the 2nd inning, when a run came in on an error that Peschke hit into. 0-2, runner going. Trying to take away that double play chance. Green's throw down to 2nd is up the line. Good backup by the second baseman, Simonton, to keep it from getting into center because Zatori was ready to run home. Will be a stolen base, though, for Hayes. And 2 in a scoring position. The double play taken out of order for the Riverhawks defense as well, at least the traditional way, with the force out only at first base. Infield will shift in for the Riverhawks to try and gun down the run at home should it try to advance. Swing and a miss from Schenkel. And that's a strikeout to get the second out in the 7th. Noah Cassie had the solo homer in the 1st. 1-3 overall for him. Two outs in the 7th with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Cassie can add to a big night here with a good swing. Try and add to this 2-0 lead that it has stayed at since the 2nd when the Bells doubled their lead off of the error. Cassie hitting a high towering fly ball out to right. That's slicing foul and out of play for a middle miss. He shot his solo homer the opposite way into right field over the right field fence. Someone out in the neighborhood out in right field now has a new toy on their lawn with the baseball that Cassie launched out there well over the fence. That 320 line is where the distance sits down to right field, and he hit at 344. High and away miss to Cassie. 1 ball and a strike. One and one. This one crushed out to left. Did he do it again? Cassie tees off, and he's got his 2nd homer of the night. A 2-run blast in the 7th to make it 4-0. Cassie loves his multi-homer games. We saw a 3 home run game for him earlier in the year. That a 2-run blast for his 2nd long bomb of the night. .102 off the bat at a 30-degree launch angle. That one tattooed for 395 feet. Is that a right reading off of TrackMan? There's no way. 395? He almost hit it 400 feet. 2-run homer. Or excuse, a 3-run bomb. Oh my goodness, a 3-run bomb. And it makes it 5-0. Inside miss to Nate Johnson. And Tagliata tagged for that. And it's now 5-0 Bellingham. Is it the knockout blow that knocks Edmonton out of the playoffs? Feels like it, with Edmonton's offense unable to muster any runs so far. One ball and 2 strikes on Nate Johnson. 2 outs in the inning, lefty on lefty matchup. One ball and 2 strikes after another foul ball from Johnson, and Tagliata now just trying to get this game into the 8th, allowing the 3-run homer with 2 outs in the inning. Two. Off the inside of Johnson's bat, right side of the infield for the first baseman, Gonzalez. He'll put away the 7th, but Noah Cassie hits his second homer of the night, a 3-run bomb to make it 5-0 as we go into the 8th.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Choose cooperative. Choose community. Bank with local industrial credit union. Proud Sunday savings sponsor of the Bellingham Bells. If you live, work, or attend school in Washington, you can join a credit union that puts people first. Local decisions, personalized service, and a real commitment to our community. Learn more at industrialcu.com. Federally insured by the NCUA. Gavin Hashey takes over in the 8th, a 5-0 lead for your Bells, courtesy of Noah Cassie's 3-run homer here in the 7th. Cal Young tosses a scoreless 7th to send us into the 8th. Now Gavin Hashey inherits the 5-0 lead, facing the heart of the Edmonton order, who are down to their last 6 outs potentially in their season, and they've got to get 5 runs to extend any hopes at a playoff berth. Hashey takes over in relief here for the 8th inning. The Texas A&M Corpus Christi right-hander. The fourth arm to throw for Bellingham tonight. Jason Green grounding ball to the right side, fielded by Nate Johnson at first, and that puts away the first out in the 8th inning. On the season, Hashey, a 1.69 ERA through 16 innings of work with Bellingham. This is his 9th appearance. Tossed his first 14 innings, or actually first 15 innings scoreless, before allowing 3 runs in his last inning of work tossed. With 1 out, he'll face Mitchell Middlemiss, who has 2 of the 5 hits to Edmonton tonight. Strike 1 is in on Middlemiss. 15 strikeouts in 16 innings for Hashey. 5 walks allowed, a 196 batting average against him. Dominant stuff for this right-hander, looking to close down the win. Saw Ben McKinnon earn a 6-out save last night, striking out the side in the 8th, and then working around the 1 walk in the 9th inning. And Hashi maybe trying to go 6 outs to cap off the win. No longer a save situation with the Bells up by more than 3 runs, thanks to the 3-run homer from Cassie in the 7th. That breaking pitch to Middle Miss is 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes on Middle Miss. A hit in his last 2 trips to the plate after hitting into a double play in his first of the night. 1-2 home from Hashi. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Drop third strike to the backstop. Moss's throw to first secures the punch out.
And that's the Bell's 7th strikeout of the night. And it's Sports Section H.
So Hashi has back-to-back outs to start the 8th in relief. Riverhawks have had base runners in every inning but the first tonight. Yet to cash one in, though, as they're being shut out. Andrews, the DH. 2 walks, grounded out in his last plate appearance. 2 outs, the lefty batter faces Hashi, and then inside, ball 1 begins the at-bat. Hashi just missing on his inside 87-mile-an-hour pitch into Andrews for a 2-0 start. So 2 up, 2 down so far for Hashi, first inning of relief. Pitch number 10 coming from the right-hander out of the Bells bullpen. It's good for strike 1. So 2-1 count on Andrews. Edmonton down to their last 4 outs for their season. The loss last night by 1 run stinging the most to the Riverhawks. Came in needing a win tonight, right now down 5-0. Desperation time for the Riverhawks. Three and 1. Strike 2. Full count on Andrews with 2 outs. Hashi looking for a 1-2-3. 8th inning as he comes set. The stretch and the payoff pitch home. Andrews thought about going. He should have maybe because it's a strike 3 called looking. And Andrews down to finish the top half of the 8th. It's still 5-0 Bells in front of the Riverhawks.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Puget Sound Energy is thrilled to team up with the Bellingham Bells for Community Wednesdays this season. Every Wednesday home game at Joe Martin Field, PSC and the Bells will celebrate a featured Whatcom County nonprofit with a $2,000 donation. Come out to the ballpark to cheer on the Bells while supporting these amazing organizations that make our community stronger. Together, we're building a better Whatcom County. See you at the field. Go Bells. So we're getting another look at Logan Colville, a rare back-to-back night appearance for a pitcher in the WCL. Rarely see this. Logan Colville came into the 6th inning, inherited the bases loaded, did allow 1 run to score on a wild pitch, but not earned against him, and then retired the 3 batters that he faced in the 6th. He will pitch the 8th now for Edmonton. Bellingham 5-0 lead, everything not looking the Riverhawks' way. 14-0 lead for Kelowna over Port Angeles, top 6. Nanaimo's still batting in the bottom of the 5th. They've made it a 12-5 lead, up by 7. And the Riverhawks down to their last 3 outs. They've still got to face the home side in the 8th, though started off by Matt Churchill. He's 1 of 3. Ground outs to third twice, single for the DH. Colville takes over for Intagliata, who goes an inning and 2/3, getting the final 2 outs in the 6th, and then pitching the 7th, allowing the 3-run homer to Cassie. He exits with 2 hits and 1 walk allowed for the 3 runs. 3-run homer for Cassie going along with his solo shot in the first. 2 of 4 RBI night for the Bellingham All-Star, who competed in the home run derby. You can see just why. 1-1 breaking pitch from Churchill, or to Churchill, is ball 2, coming from Logan Colville as the throwback to the mound was offline. Colville pitches for Edmonton Collegiate. Our second look at him in the series. 2-1 on the ground from Churchill. Munoz at third. And once again, Munoz has retired Matt Churchill. 3 times sitting down Bellingham's DH. This time we'll sit him down as the leadoff man in the 8th inning. And Romanik Kibon is up. Been on base all 3 times, 2 hits and reaching on an error. Bellingham with a 5-0 comfortable lead. Doesn't necessarily need any insurance runs, but gladly take any that come. Not pressing, though. Bells, though, looking like it might be a lot of good momentum headed into the postseason. Came into this series on an 8-game winning streak, and despite dropping Game 1, they're 3 outs away from a series win after being swept against Edmonton up at Remax Field earlier this year. A series win would be a good recovery against the Riverhawks, sending the Bells into what is seeming like a matchup with the Nanaimo Night Owls in the playoffs. Kibon takes a big swing. He lofts it out to right, and he sends it out. Kibon, 364 off the bat of Bellingham's left fielder, and it's a home run party in Bellingham tonight. Kibon launching a solo shot. It's 6-0. Edmonton devastated as they just see their season being launched out of the ballpark on continuous homers. 2 of them from Cassie. That one from Kibon, his first of the year. Kibon had just 2 home runs collegiately with Nevada in 50 games. He hits the solo homer in the 8th, and it's 6-0. Moss swings and hammers it. This one headed out to right center. It one hops up against the wall. Moss will have a stand-up double. Hard contact in the 8th against the new pitcher. The bats are feeling good. Now 10 hits in the night for Bellingham. 4 of them for extra bases. There's times where we rarely see 3 home runs all summer at Joe Martin Field. We've seen 3 tonight. Hattori is up. Swing and a miss from Hattori, strike 1. So how about the returners for Bellingham on offense? Guys that were big roles in the playoffs last year. Noah Cassie and Romanik Kibon being the big players tonight to send us into the playoffs with some momentum. The 2 homers from Cassie, 4 RBI. Kibon, 3 hits in the game with a homer. And now KG Hattori in a 1-ball, 1-strike count with Moss at second base. Keebon ropes this one right into the diving first baseman's glove. Gonzalez able to snare that at first on the liner from a dive. Headed to the corner, but stopped by Gonzalez, and there's 2 outs in the 8th. Peschke taking strike 1 on the breaking pitch. Peschke on base via the error. An RBI for him tonight. 0 of 2. Laid down a sac bunt in the 7th. Swings and hits a bouncer to third base. Munoz will throw across to first to retire the 8th for Bellingham. But Dominic Keebon tags a solo homer off of Logan Colville, and it's a 6-0 lead for Bellingham, hunting 3 more outs to end Edmonton's season.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
When pain or injury slows you down, Peace Health Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, Foot and Ankle, and Trauma Services are here to help. Our experienced orthopedic team cares for bones, joints, and muscles, offering personalized treatment and same-day appointments. From everyday aches to unexpected injuries and joint replacement, Peace Health helps you move better, feel stronger, and get back to your life. Learn more about Peace Health Orthopedics at peacehealth.org. That's peacehealth.org. So here we go, 9th inning, 6-0 the lead for Bellingham. 3 outs to cap off the 2026 regular season with a victory. It'll be tasked with Thrasher Steed to do that here in the 9th against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters of the Edmonton Riverhawks, who have their 2026 season down to just 3 outs. Thrasher Steed relieves Gavin Hashey. Hashey throwing the 8th inning, striking out 2. Facing the minimum and passing the baton to Thrasher Steed, the West Florida commit, coming out of his year with Stetson, hunting 3 outs to cap off the regular season, and Edmonton's chasing 6. A loss here eliminates Edmonton from playoff contention, even though in the playoff race right now they're technically still in it. A loss, with them already game back in Nanaimo and Kelowna, will finish their season. So 3 outs to get 6 runs for Edmonton to try and keep their season alive. They'll try and get the rally started with Chop. Bells did make a defensive sub. Hayden Hollingsworth is in on defense behind home plate, taking out Dylan Moss, the catcher. So it was Chop supposed to be leading off here for the Riverhawks, but it's Jake Tanner coming as a pinch hitter, as the Riverhawks try to go to their bench to spark the rally instead of Chop starting it off, who has gone 0 of 3. It's Tanner batting here to begin the 9th for Edmonton. Strike 1 in on Tanner. Strike 2. That fastball being dotted from Thrasher Steed. So an 0-2 start to the at-bat in the 9th. Here's Steed's pitch. Strike 3 called. He goes down on 3 straight. And he's down looking. Hashey had 2 punch outs in the 8th. Steed gets his first. Third of the way home to a series win to cap off the regular season for Bellingham. The Riverhawks season down to their final 2 outs. Munoz will bat 0 of 2 with a hit by pitch. First pitch swinging from Munoz and lines it out into right center field. And the Riverhawks, with Munoz now hustling in for second. Schinkel's throw to the bag is just offline, and a head-first slide in for a 1-out double. Give Edmonton a base runner. They're going to need more than that, though, if they want to have a comeback. Thrasher Steed sporting a .476 ERA into this relief appearance with a 6-0 lead to work with. Appearance number 17 on the year for him. It's the most of any active player. His 17 innings trail just Charlie Decker and David Weiser for the most innings pitched this year. And he's a reliever. 17 of them for Steed. He surrenders the double here in the 9th. Simonton to bat, 0 of 2 with a walk. Actually, it's a pinch hitter. Luke Kroll batting for the Riverhawks. Saw him last night pinch hit. Takes the first pitch from Thrasher Steed low. Kroll came off the bench in last night's game. Pinch hitting and reaching on a walk. See the outfielder now in, replacing Simonton. 1-0 fastball is the first strike. Edmonton hoping for some magic. Not only, of course, here in Bellingham tonight for the comeback, but also the results out in Nanaimo and Port Angeles, where they do not favor the Riverhawks right now. All Edmonton can do, though, is try to win this game. Kroll down 1-2 on that swing and a miss. Riverhawks down to their last 2 outs with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Steed's 1-2 home. Pulled for ball 2. Top of the order, hitter on deck for Edmonton. Runner at second is Munoz after his 1-out double. Steed with the strikeout against his first batter face, now in an even 2-2 count against the pinch hitter, Luke Kroll. Steed set. The stretch and the 1-out pitch home. Bounced foul by Kroll as it just spins foul down the first base line. The postseason starts on Friday night, looking like right now, the results stand. Bellingham will be in Nanaimo for Game 1. Bell's home game for the playoffs. Game 2 hosted here that next day, Saturday, the 8th, 6:35. Tickets on sale at bellstickets.com. If necessary, Game 3 will also be here in Bellingham the following day on Sunday at 1:35. 2-2 count on Kroll, the pinch hitter. Steed pulls another one. 3-2. Holding on to the fastball for a bit too long. And a full count. Riverhawks need base runners. Kroll trying to be one of those reaching here against Steed in the 9th. Down by 6. The right-handers, 3-2 pitch home. Runner going. It is ball 4. And a free steal as well, moving to third for Munoz. Two base runners on against Steed in the 9th. They will go with a pinch runner for Kroll, same as they did last night. It's deja vu with Virostek taking over at first. Ducks on the pond for the Riverhawks in the 9th inning. 1 out against Thrasher Steed. Bell's relief pitcher trying to close the win. Riverhawks looking for a miraculous comeback. Jackson Fox will bat. Tonight 0 for 2. Walk and a sacrifice bunt as well, as this is his 5th plate appearance of tonight's game. Steed with 1 out home to Fox. Swing and a foul tip for strike 1. Double play ends it. Riverhawks have hit into 1 double play tonight, that off of the bat of Middlemiss. Last night hit into 1 double play as well. So 2 in the series for the batters of Edmonton. A double play here would end their season. 0-1 from Steed. High miss for ball 1. Riverhawks being patient because they know they just need base runners. Riverhawks holding on to any life they still have. 1-1 from Steed home. Ball 2, a miss wide on the 90-mile-an-hour heater. Steed working with a 6-run cushion, needing to just get the ball over the plate, force the Riverhawks to put the bat to it, let the defense clean things up. 2-1 from Steed. A low miss, ball 3. Right-hander has 10 walks and 16 hits against him in 17 innings. .254 the batting average against Steed. And Jim Clem will take a mound visit before the 3-1 pitch. Steed working with Hollingsworth in the defensive sub behind home plate, who's out there talking with Coach Clem on the mound in the top of the 9th. Still 1st and 3rd for the Riverhawks in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out. So Coach Clem with his words of encouragement to Thrasher Steed, the right-hander, who struck out his first batter but has since allowed a double and a walk. Steed will resettle onto the first base side of the Joe Martin Field rubber. 3-1 the count on Fox, looking for a strike. Their right-hander with his pitch home. It is hit on the ground out into left field, and that's a base knock. That'll score Edmonton's first run of the night. Fox gets it through, and it's 6-1, so just hold on a second. Still a ways away for Edmonton, but some steps in the right direction. 3 straight reaching. Bellingham as a staff would hate to have to burn an arm here. Hopefully saving everyone in the pen for the playoffs from here on out. If Steed, though, loses control of maybe his next 1 or 2 batters, coaching would be maybe forced to have to go into their bullpen. Steed settles on the rubber against Heffler. Runners at 1st and 2nd. Double play still ends it with 1 out in the top of the 9th. 6-1 now your score. Edmonton avoiding the shutout. As that low and inside pitch gets away from Hollingsworth, and that's going to take the double play out of order. Wild pitch moving Verostek up to 3rd, Fox to 2nd. Not a good result for Edmonton. Now a ground ball doesn't result in a double play, and you can live on with just 1 out. Steed's 1-0 to Heffler off the inside of his bat, foul. Strike 1. Clock ticking just past 9 p.m. here in Bellingham. A quicker game up to this point. And the Riverhawks, mainly because the offense has not come around for them, and they finally have their first run coming here in the 9th against Thrasher Steed in relief. 1-1. Heffler fouls it off. Ball and 2 strikes. Steed kicks in the 1-2. Spoiled foul. Heffler went down to protect the plate in that one. On the fastball low, dealed in from Steed. Looking for the swing and miss, though. Add on to his 1 strikeout he has here in the 9th already. The count still 1-2 with runners at 2nd and 3rd. Steed deals home with 1 out, and it is pulled wide. Ball 2. Two home from Steed. Fastball missing low for ball 3 and a full count. So a payoff pitch coming. Riverhawks down by 5 in the 9th with 1 out. 3-2 home from Steed. Hit in play to the right side. Ground ball for Rashad Hayes. It'll be the 2nd out as Johnson gloved the throw. Run in to score, so Heffler collects the RBI. It's now 6-2 with a runner at 3rd. Two in the inning for Edmonton, but their season now down to their final out. After the 4-3 ground out from Heffler, Omar Gonzalez will be the last try for the Riverhawks here in the 9th inning. With 2 outs, Thrasher Steed dealing a low fastball into Gonzalez, who tonight has 1 hit and 4 plate appearances. One and 0, swing and a miss from Gonzalez. Edmonton needed a win tonight to stay alive and then hope that Kelowna or Nanaimo go on to lose. Right now, those two teams looking like they're headed towards a win. And it would sting a little bit less if those two teams did win, knowing that you couldn't have done anything even if you did win tonight. But Edmonton's still trying to fight. Down to their last strike. Thrasher Steed, a strikeout to start the 9th. 1-2 the count on Gonzalez. With 2 outs, Steed home. Called strike 3. Edmonton's season ends on a strike 3 looking as Steed gets bookending K's to finish off a 6-2 win for the Bellingham Bells. And a series victory over Edmonton to close out the 2026 season with a dub. The Bells now set their eyes on a repeat title after being crowned the 2025 champs. The Bells will enter the 2026 postseason as the number 2 seed in the North. A date set with the Nanaimo Night Owls beginning on Friday. We'll see you at home on Saturday, 6:35. The playoffs come to Bellingham once again, as the Bells will look to defend their title. 6-2 win tonight over Edmonton. The Riverhawks finish off their season with 2 straight losses here in Bellingham to be eliminated as they fall to 28 and 26, 5th in the North, with the loss tonight ending their season. The Bells improved to 36 and 18, a phenomenal year for Bellingham during the regular season. Now can they defend that title? We'll see. The postseason start this weekend and come into Bellingham on Saturday. 6:35. Get your tickets for that game at bellstickets.com, the only place to get your home tickets all season long. And we've got at least one more game guaranteed for you at home. Hopefully more in the tank, though. And we'll see you on Saturday. Edmonton ends their season tonight in a 6-2 loss. We'll go through the post-game stats when we return here at Joe Martin Field. Thanks for watching. I'm Zen Hill. We'll be back with the post-game show.
What's up, Bells fans? Dr. Amar here from Everstrong Therapy, the sports and performance physical therapists and rehab professionals right here in Bellingham. We are so proud to continue being the official training and rehab partner of the Bellingham Bells, making sure our boys are safe and moving their best throughout the season. So remember, when you're ready to rehab like a professional athlete, come see us at Everstrong, and we'll see you soon. Thanks so much, stay ever strong. and go Bells.
Bummer. This never happens at a convenient time, does it? It's always while you're hustling to meet a deadline or trying to enjoy the game. If only there were a way to outsource this and get back to what you were doing. Well, as a matter of fact, there is. Team Technology is local and employee-owned, balancing ease of access with security and compliance for the cloud and on-premise systems of small and large businesses alike. Connect with Team Technology and see how technology is easier with a team.
Washington homeowners are saving thousands of dollars on their energy bill by upgrading their home. And the best part is, CNGC is giving back even more money when you switch to a more efficient alternative. So you can enjoy increased property value, a higher quality of life with better appliances, and greater comfort for your family. Scan this QR code or go to cngc.com and save money on your energy bill.
Have you had a fall, sprain, or break? Skip the emergency room and go straight to the experts, Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons. With walk-in, same-day orthopedic care, you won't have to wait for the treatment you need. And to better serve our community, we've extended our walk-in clinic hours, 1 to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. Proliance Pacific Rim orthopedic surgeons.
Need a break from everything? Escape to a place where anything is possible and the fun never stops. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining, championship caliber golf, a full sports book and bar, over 1,000 top-rated slots and table games, and so much more. Come join the fun and see why we've been consistently rated one of the region's top destinations. Visit silverreefcasino.com to book your stay and discover all the exciting events and promotions we have in store for you. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5, exit 260.
At Judd & Black, great value comes with expert assistance. We're your hometown appliance store where you can expect top-notch service and a wide selection of quality brands.
When you walk into a Judd & Black showroom, you can expect to see a very friendly face that's ready to help and figure out what you need.
Enjoy a shopping experience big box stores can't offer. Talk to an appliance expert at your hometown appliance store for over 85 years. Judd & Black.
Here post-game in Bellingham after a 6-2 win for your Bells to cap the 2026 regular season with a victory. They take down the Edmonton Riverhawks in a 3-game series to send us into the postseason with some momentum after the 6-2 win tonight featured 3 home runs, sorry. 3 home runs with a 3-run homer off of Noah Cassie's bat, a solo homer from him, and then the solo homer from Romanick Keebon. Big offensive night for the Bells as they post 10 hits to take down the Edmonton Riverhawks, ending Edmonton's season. The results out in Port Angeles and Nanaimo not mattering after the Riverhawks lose tonight. So we know the 2 teams that are going to be in, and since the Nanaimo Night Owls hold the tiebreaker over the Kelowna Falcons via head-to-head, given that, of course, Nanaimo and Kelowna both win tonight, it'll be the Bells and Night Owls facing off in the first round of the playoffs with the Apple Sox and Falcons going head-to-head. Offensive stats for you tonight. Leading the offense for the Riverhawks, Mitchell Minimus, 2 of 4. Jackson Fox, 1 for 3 with a ribby. Ada Munoz, 1 of 3 with a run and a double. Jason Green, 1 for 4. Justin Hefler, 1 for 5 with a run driven in. Omar Gonzalez with 1 hit as Edmonton totaled 7 as a team. Drew 5 walks, had 2 runs, both coming in the 9th. Struck out 10 times at the plate. The loss tagged against Cole Hubner, the starter, in 5 1/3, earns his 4th loss of the summer. He's now 0-4. Bells offensively led by Noah Cassie, going 2 of 4 with the 3-run homer and the solo shot. 4 RBI for Cassie and 2 runs. Ramnik Kebon also went 3 of 4 with his solo homer for his lone RBI and run scored. Keiji Hattori was 1 of 3 with a run. Rashad Hayes 1 for 4 with a run scored. Nate Johnson 1 of 4, as was Churchill and Moss. Moss scoring a run and having a double in the Bells' 10-hit offensive night. The offense and just the whole team in general carrying a lot of positive momentum. The win goes to Connor Moffitt in his debut. 3 innings of relief. 4 hits, no runners scored against him. 2 strikeouts for Moffitt in his debut, picking up the 1 win. Thrasher Steed closed out the victory. No save opportunity for him, giving up those 2 runs after the start from Cole Anderson got us going in this game. 3 innings scoreless baseball from him. It was a shutout until the 9th inning when the Riverhawks scored their 2 runs. And the Bells advance to the postseason, which right now looks like with Nanaimo leading Kamloops 15-6, and then Kelowna leading Port Angeles 14-2. Top of the 8th in Port Angeles, top of the 7th in Nanaimo. Looks like it's going to be the Night Owls and Bells dueling in the opening round of the playoffs. The Bells could host the second round if they advance and Wenatchee loses, and then they could host the championship if Bellingham gets to the WCL championship. The Bells have a better record than any team in the South. So if we get there, the championship game will be here at Joe Martin Field. But right now our eyes set on the Saturday matchup against the Night Owls, 6:35 here at the ballpark. Tickets on sale, bellstickets.com. We need you to be here, need you to be cheering on your Bells, and hopefully cheering us to a playoff series win in that best of 3 during the first round. It's exciting. Bells will be on the road for their first playoff game on Friday, out what it looks like it's going to be out in Nanaimo. After a 6-2 win tonight in Edmonton and back-to-back wins to close the regular season, feels like Bellingham's got a lot of momentum heading into the postseason. What a great season for Bellingham as well. 36 wins, 18 losses. After being the West Coast League champions last year, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, even though these teams turn over with a ton of different players season to season. But the Bells have, basically won up their year from last year. The Bells were 33-21 last year in their championship season. They're headed into the postseason at 36-18. It's the best record for Bellingham since the 2014 season when they were 37-17. That year, the Bells won the West Coast League championship. So the second best record in team history this year, going 36-18. Good for second in the North because Wenatchee's having themselves a remarkable season, finishing their year at 39-13. They'll be the 1 seed. The playoffs run through Wenatchee, and we'll see if Bellingham can advance to that second round, maybe facing the Apple Sox. Wenatchee to face Kelowna. Looking like the Bells are going to face Nanaimo if all the results hold tonight. Down south, the playoffs begin with Corvallis facing Walla Walla and Ridgefield dueling Portland. The 8-team playoff field set in the West Coast League. We'll see you for the Bells' home playoff game on Saturday, 6:35. We'll see you there. Have a good night, and as always, I'm Zen Hill, and go Bells. What a great regular season.